I can help you beat the casino by using game simulation to determine the optimum money management strategy for your betting system. My name is Gigi. Welcome to this video where I'll share some proven methods that I have used to test betting strategies. My focus will be on Baccarat, where the gambler has better odds than most other games. What I'm sharing here can apply to other games as long as the odds can be quantified. I've been playing and testing Baccarat systems since 2010. During those years, I purchased a few systems, but found that they were not as good as advertised. I took this problem on and started developing programming methods that I was able to use to test out any strategy before I risked real money. For many years, I spent the bulk of my time developing strategy simulation rather than losing money on betting systems that did not work. Due to my background in engineering and statistics, I've been able to simulate almost any strategy. Many experts agree that it's very important to do some practice play before you risk real money in the casino. In this video, I'll talk about using computer simulation to test your betting strategy. I will show some simulation results to determine how money management can improve your results. If you do not have your own betting system, you'll be offered one at the end of the video. Stay with me now while I give you some background information first. Then we'll look at that example. Most people use online tools for practice play and keep track of the results. Sure, it's a very good idea to test your strategy before committing real money. The trouble is, it takes a lot of your time, and I don't think it's an effective use of your time. What I say is, why not automate this process? Game simulation can be used to determine the performance of your betting strategy. All you need is a strategy that has hard and fast rules. Then I can automate it. Before talking about performance, let's back up and talk about game strategy. I define game strategy as follows. Strategy is all about having a game plan. Before playing Baccarat or any game, you need to have a plan. For Baccarat, a good plan will have a well-defined method to determine these key parameters. Bet selection. Do you bet all banker or all player, or are you following patterns? Betting sequence. Do you bet the same amount on every hand? In other words, flat betting, or are the bets changed based on what happens during the shoe? Profit target and stop loss should be set for each shoe. I'm going to discuss that more later. What exactly determines the performance of a system? The performance of a strategy is based on the results that you get from it. These are the key results that should be looked at. Average results for each shoe played. For example, if 10 shoes are played, this is the average amount you ended up with on each shoe. Win percentage, or the amount of wins versus losses. Those are the basic parameters that determine profit or loss. But in addition to that, simulation will help you determine the optimum profit target and maximum stop loss that you should have for each shoe played. Profit target is a predetermined target that you set before you play. When the target is hit or exceeded, you stop playing and take the profit. Take your chips and leave the table. Likewise, stop loss is the maximum loss that will be taken. When that amount is exceeded, you take your loss and stop playing that shoe. Take whatever chips you have left and wait for another shoe or move on to another table. With all these parameters determined, further simulation can be used to determine the bankroll needed to play that strategy. So, where do you go from here? I offer services to simulate your betting strategy with an in-depth analysis to select the optimum profit target and stop loss for the bankroll that you have to work with. If you have a favorite system that you play, I can quickly build a simulation tool that will allow you to determine the performance of that system. To get started, send an email with testing in the subject line. Email to baccaratgravy@gmail.com. Use the spelling shown here. As I said before, most people use online tools for practice play and track the results. This takes a lot of your time and is not an effective use of your time. So why not automate this process? Here's how I provide my services. The betting strategy is a combination of bet selection and bet progression. If you have a particular strategy, I offer my services to do the testing for you. I will program all the logic into a software program that will apply the exact strategy that you want to test. Once that is done, I will give you the results for 3 shoes to confirm that the strategy is modeled correctly. If your strategy is not too complicated, I can provide this service at no cost to you. After you agree that the simulation is correct, I will provide a quotation to run the simulation on 500 or 1,000 shoes, depending on what you want. We agree the scope, and I will provide a quote for the work. Then, after a few days, you will have the results, which I will go over with you. Send an email to the address shown to get testing started. See the email here. Let's look at an example that shows the impact of profit target and stop loss. Let's look at this example. This is a sample that shows a simple martingale pattern with 4 bets in the series. With the starting bet of 25, doubling after each loss, the maximum loss amount if you lost all 4 in a row would be 375. The total shown here. Remember, with the martingale pattern, the bet is doubled after a loss. Anytime you win, the progression starts over at your initial bet. The bet progression can be run with various bet selection examples. For illustration, I will show you the results on a 50 shoe test using same as last for bet selection. This method always bets on banker or player streaks. If the result on the first hand is banker, then bet banker on the second hand, and so on. So here are the results. If we play every hand in the shoe for all 50 shoes, the result is shown here, with no profit target or stop loss. The average result is a loss of 28, and we win only 58% of the shoes in the 50 shoe sample. When we win, the average win is 358. When we lose, the average loss is 560. Due to that ratio, we end up losing an average of 28 per shoe. If we apply a profit target and stop loss to any system, it's usually possible to improve that system performance and take more profit over the long run. That was true in this case. For the 50 shoes tested, the best results were found with a profit target of 100 and a stop loss of 500. By applying this money management, the average result was positive at 27, and we were winning 88% of the shoes played. On that 88%, the average win, of course, was 100, because that's our profit target. And the average loss on the 12% that we lose is 513. But the losses occur only 12% of the time. So on average, you'll be profitable. This is a striking improvement compared to playing every hand in the shoe. This is the case most of the time. Using a profit target and stop loss will generally increase the average result on the shoe while increasing the win percentage. There are some systems that this is not the case, but you always need to make sure that you are testing enough shoes to draw conclusions. I can help with that. That's why automation is important. Automation allows testing of hundreds of shoes in a short amount of time. I encourage you to contact me about strategy testing. You will save lots of your valuable time. You will save money by not betting on a bad system. And once you find a system you like, you will have the confidence to move forward. It's important to have a plan and a profit target with maximum stop loss. Once you have the simulation results, I can help you determine the appropriate total bankroll and buy-in per shoe. To get started with this, send an email with testing in the subject line and send that email to baccaratgravy@gmail.com. Check the address here. So what about those of you that do not have a betting system? Would you like one? Based on my many years of research, I have simulation results that I will sell to you. The betting system is very simple. The basic system uses flat betting and bets banker on every hand. But there are a total of 8 options presented with different bet progressions, not just flat betting. With simulation, I have tested hundreds of combinations of profit target and stop loss. So what I provide you are the results of these studies so you can pick the money management strategy that is best suited to your tolerance of risk. The goal of my betting system is to hang in there and take advantage of winning streaks. This is not a complicated system. This will not be hard for you to understand. With the knowledge you gain, you can select the win percentage that you want based on the combination of profit target and stop loss that you choose. This is valuable information that will help you manage risk and retain your bankroll. I will send the simulation report for only $80. With that, I will make myself available to answer questions just by email. For a more personalized service, I will provide the report and personally teach the system by phone. The cost is $150 for up to 1 hour of instruction and coaching, along with the written report. So if you have a system already and you want me to build a simulation, send me an email requesting testing. If you don't have a betting system of your own and want to take advantage of my simulation experience, send me an email to request training. Again, the simulation report sells for $80 and the personalized training sells for $150. To have a reference, the simulation results assume betting banker on all hands. What I do is vary the betting amounts and progression, and also vary the profit loss targets for each of those progressions that I test. I will present the 500 shoe results for 8 different bet progressions that were my favorites. This shows you the detailed results for each one. I send a table showing the results and spend time on a call to explain the results and answer any questions. I have tested many systems, and what I share is the best I have come across to allow you to save your valuable time, to enjoy your time at the table, and minimize risk of losing your entire bankroll. I have tested many systems, and what I share is the best I have come across to allow you to enjoy your time at the table with minimal risk of losing your entire bankroll. I want to thank you for taking time to watch this video. I know your time is valuable, so if you made it this far, why not let me test your ideas on betting strategies, or maybe it's better that you purchase my strategy training. Either way, here's my email. Simulations can be applied to any game of chance as long as the odds of winning are known. I look forward to hearing from you. Until then, I remind you that you can beat the casino by taking advantage of game simulation to determine the optimum money management strategy for your betting system. Thanks again.